Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me today? If you all can, just you can reply in the chat box or just put a thumbs up on that, uh, that so that I'm aware you guys. Okay, some people replying. Okay, I see more people slowly starting to come into the presentation today. Okay, then now my next question is, are you guys able to see the PowerPoint presentation which is being placed on the screen right now? It's the screen Let's Meditate by Sahaja Yoga Malaysia. If you can, then just please reply me in the chat box as well, so that I know that you guys are able to view the presentation which I would like to share with you all today. Okay, so once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome on this Saturday morning. Thank you for actually getting up and making the time to participate in what is actually being celebrated worldwide as International Yoga Day. Yoga in general is something which is it's very special, and it was not something which was born yesterday. Yoga is something which is so old, it is so long in our history, and it still carries so much of significance and importance in our life. And so, with that reason, we from Sahaja Yoga, we are actually very happy to have been able to arrange a whole host of activities to actually be participative and to recognize our International Yoga Day. So, without further ado, let me just introduce myself before we get through today's program. My name is Darwin, and I am a Sahaja Yoga meditation practitioner from Penang. I have been practicing meditation for as long as I can remember, easily 20 to 25 years. I turned 30 this year, and I was introduced to meditation at a very young age of about 4 or 5. And I started learning meditation as I grew up from my parents and practicing together with them. And from very young age as well, enjoyed the art of music. I've always been very interested in music. And so when that grew, as I grew together in meditation, that was where I started to learn that there is a deeper quality and meaning to music. And through Sahaja Yoga, I was able to learn the spiritual or the yoga aspect of music. And beyond that, the more surprising thing was I started to learn that music actually had healing capacities. It had medical qualities within music when it was used in the right manner. So that is what I'm actually very excited to share today with all of you, because I'm sure there are many ways to do healing, but music from the point of view of spirituality or yoga works just as well. And so that is the experience I would like to take you all today on. And I think we will begin in another 2 minutes. So I hope you all are ready. And to get through this, one major suggestion is it would be great if you all have earphones, because that would make the experience a lot more intimate, a lot more connected with yourself. If you do not have earphones, you don't need to worry. You will still enjoy it just as much, but it just gets enhanced because you won't be hearing the sound blare out or whatsoever. You would hear it very sharp and clear. But if you do not have, it is also not a problem. I still believe you will enjoy it just as much. So the first assumption I'm going to make right here in this group is that you all are here because you would like to try to meditate. Every at this point of time in 2020, where we are looking at challenges which has never been seen in a century. We are facing a pandemic. A lot of these things start to take an effect on our health, our physical health, and our mental health at the same time. And a lot of people are really struggling to actually cope with that at this point of time. It is not easy. It is not easy even to those who are practicing meditation. And the only way to actually get better at it is to be better at your meditation. Because when you get better at your meditation, you are able to control and get better control of your mental health. So, when we talk about meditation, what is the biggest challenge any meditation practitioner will find? There is one common problem, and that problem is keeping our attention still without being distracted. Major challenge for somebody who is a new practitioner or somebody who has been practicing for 30 years. The challenge will forever remain keeping the attention in one place. So if we look at it, uh, like I said, the biggest challenge to get into meditation, some people will say, okay, let's focus on your breath, you know, focus on your breath. And so the meditation practitioner, he just goes, okay, attention on the breath, breathe in, breathe out. And, he has the attention there for about 30 seconds. And then just as he's getting into it, the first idea pops up. What am I going to have for dinner later? It's like, oh, okay, I had this yesterday. Should I use Deliver It, Food Panda? And then, the mind just goes, and then suddenly you realize you actually catch yourself thinking like, okay, I'm thinking, okay, no, you started to think, this meditation is getting distracted, and you start to get more thoughts. So what happens at the end of the day is you will not find that progress in your meditation. And so when that happens, you are just back to square one. So the challenge with trying to focus on a breathing technique, it works, no doubt, but the attention still is able to divert. Some people will say use a visual aid, like focus on something, focus on a light, or focus on a visual aid. Look at something, look at a photograph, look at a light or what. It works as well. But the challenge is the most distractive point in meditation, sadly, is our eyes. Our eyes is the most distracting thing in meditation, because I think it's pretty common. For example, let's say you're seated in a classroom and the teacher is teaching in front, and suddenly when the door opens and there's a student coming in, everybody, almost everybody, will turn and look at the door. They just want to know who is coming in. It's actually irrelevant who walks through the door, because the lesson is more important. But that's just how the human brain and the human eye is trained. When there is a movement, what happens is the attention shifts there, and it's like, you see, this person is coming so late. The attention goes off there. Oh, so late. Oh, he's dressed well. And for that brief moment, you are actually not paying attention at all to what the teacher is saying. So the same challenge happens in meditation. So using a visual aid sometimes is not so helpful because that can happen to us. So how do we overcome this challenge of getting into meditation and being able to actually achieve a good, clear state of mind? That solution is going to come through music. It is a very, very effective solution using music to aid your meditation to go to a deeper level. So now, when we talk about music, let me just show you all, lead you all further on the element of music. Music in general is sound. And when there is sound, uh, we are able to react to it very fast. So when we talk about music, music actually plays a very effective role to help us gain a better state of mind for meditation. And the reason I say that is once you've closed your eyes and you've gone into meditation, the moment you see, as human beings, we have five sensory senses. We have five. And when you remove one, when you've closed your eyes, the other four senses become very heightened because they are compensating for that one sense which is currently not being used. So when you close your eyes, your ears become very sensitive. So with the use of proper music, you are able to block out any other thoughts, any other disturbances whatsoever. You will be able to actually block them out, and that will help keep your mind in a more controlled and present state as opposed to just flying around. So when we talk about music, what I'm here to actually share to you all is the meditative effect of music. Indian classical music, which I have been trained in and which I was also learned and developed through Sahaja Yoga, it has very therapeutic and effective healing properties. And this is something I learned through Sahaja Yoga. And it is also being used, music in general, Indian classical music and Western classical music, they actually have a very strong effect on our inner system, on ourself, and on our mind. And if for those of you who do not know as well, music is actually being used now in the area of medicine. Music is being used in the area of medicine, whereby they are used to treat like small children or adults, even for that matter, who have they are having neurological problems, uh, chronic pain. They have emotional trauma, and when it comes to small kids, autism, children with autism respond tremendously well when they are aided with music, because there are some who actually struggle with their emotions. They are not able to express their emotions. They are, they are a bit lost. It works very well on them. So it's able to effectively treat autism and help the child build up their character and their emotion. It's also being used in dementia and Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's, let me just tell you how it works. I read this research whereby doctors, what they used to do for patients with Alzheimer's is, for example, let's say if they are 50 years old, they will play something which was very popular, a popular music from their 20s. And so when that person listens to it, it actually triggers a very deep memory in their subconscious, in their brain. It triggers a memory of that moment. Alzheimer's basically means you start forgetting things, but music is something so deep that it actually gets embedded in your subconscious. So when that happens, when it triggers, when they play, the doctors, what they do is they actually play something which was really sweet or popular from their past, and it will actually trigger a memory back to them. So that is actually the power of music. It has extreme medical healing properties, but it's very commercialized and people don't understand the depth of which music can actually impact your health and your mental health as well. So let me explain music now, because I believe we all know music in a general sense. Music is something which is pleasing to the ears. I think that is the bare minimum. If it's annoying to the ears, it's not called music, it's just noise. Music at a bare minimum is something which is pleasing to the ears. But how about a deeper understanding of music? When we talk about a deeper understanding of music, from ancient India, there is seven, we have seven notes, which is taken from, sorry, just give me a second. Let me get you to the right slides. Okay. In ancient India, there are seven basic musical notes in our Indian classical music system. And all these seven notes have been picked out actually from the sounds of nature. And this is actually present, this is actually written in our the Vedas of Indian literature. It's been there. And through our meditation, each note from these seven basic musical notes, it actually corresponds to a particular energy center within us. And this is where I would like to expose you all to the system which resides within all of us. So if you can actually see this diagram, which is on the right hand side, you can actually see that there are seven energy centers. The first one right at the bottom, the second one, third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, and the seventh right at the top of the head. So there are actually seven energy centers with us within our body. And all these particular music notes actually have a very sensitive effect on each of this energy center. And these energy centers, they become activated when the frequency of the note matches that of the energy center. Okay, what do I mean by that? What it means is our energy centers, this system is actually present in every single one of us. It doesn't matter whether you are tall, short, man, woman, Indian, Christian, Buddhist, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This system exists within all of us. It is known differently. Okay, just give me a second. All right, let me just get back to that. Okay, it exists within all of us, and it's just called differently in different areas. Like in Indian, we call it the subtle system or the chakra system. When we talk about Western medicine, they call this plexus, energy plexuses within our body. And if we were to talk if we talk about it from the perspective of Taoism or Buddhist, we call this chi points within our body. These are actually specific energy points on our body called chi, where the energy of chi is stored. So when this particular energy centers, they have very specific frequencies. And this is another medical terminology. Everything around us, every matter is actually vibrating at a certain level. There is a certain degree of vibration or a frequency. Matter is always moving, like air, metal, wood. They all have a particular frequency. And when there is a matching sound which triggers that frequency, what happens is that matter becomes activated. Let me give you a very simple example, which you all may have seen in it's something very common which you all may have seen in maybe television or whatsoever. They will show this opera singer holding maybe like a glass in front of them, and then they will start singing and they bring the pitch higher and higher and higher, and then the glass shatters. They are able to actually shatter the glass just from the pitch of their voice. Why does this happen? This happens because glass has a frequency of its own. For example, 400 hertz. The matter of glass is actually vibrating. You cannot see it with the naked eye, but it is actually vibrating. So what happens is, as the lady who is singing, the opera singer, as she raises her frequency, the voice frequency, when it hits that note and it matches the glass, they start vibrating at the same. And the moment her frequency goes higher than the glass, she goes just one pitch higher, she will shatter the glass because the glass's frequency is actually lower. So the moment her frequency goes higher, she shatters the glass. So this actually happens in our energy centers, whereby when there is a particular note, when it hits the right frequency of your energy center, whether your ears likes it or not, your energy center likes it. It gets excited by that sound. It starts to adjust its frequency because it likes that sound. And when that happens, that energy center starts to function it starts to function optimally. So when we talk about music from a spiritual lens. And this is what I intend to share. This was actually an excerpt from my guru from India, and he was doing a lot of research into medicine through music. And so, what he says is when a realized soul listens to music, he hears it not through ears, but through their energy centers. These energy centers become the ears, and that energy within us gets awakened. So this is what I was just saying a short while ago, whereby once the music is for the soul, you are not going to just hear it through your ears, but your energy center within your subtle body, they will start to react towards this music, and the whole process of self-realization or self-awakening starts within you. And my guru, Dr. Arun Apte, he further adds, he says, with the right music, and I note again, very important, with the right music, the primordial energy rises and nourishes all these energy centers. And since all our organs are actually connected to these energy centers, they also get the proper and adequate energy required, and thus balance is restored. So this is the essence of today's session I intend to share with you all this morning, and that is all our organs are actually connected to these energy centers, and they get once the music is correct, when the music is correct and it hits the right energy center, the organs associated with this center start to heal together. And this is the essence of what we are trying to do through spiritual music. And talking about music as well, this was from my guru. And let us also give me the opportunity to share another excerpt from our meditation guru and the founder of Saja Yoga, Her Holiness Srimataji Nirmala Devi. She shared this as well in her biography, where she says, music has a way of carrying divine vibrations. One second. There's somebody's mic which is on. Let me just very quickly mute that mic. Okay. Music has a way of carrying divine vibrations, but the music has to be divine also. Very important point. Music which is erotic or very base or related to something very ugly, it doesn't work out. So, I mean, you may enjoy Linkin Park in your own free time, but Linkin Park is not quite music for the soul, because uh, I I actually enjoy Linkin Park as well in my younger years. It was the kind of music I used to actually activate myself because I was a sports person. So, it gave me that hard bass and metal, but it actually doesn't help your soul. So your energy centers will shut off from that sounds, but your brain will actually get connected to it and just goes on a hyperdrive by itself. So this kind of music will not work out. Music has to be divine. It has to have spiritual quality. And okay, how will you be able to differentiate what is good and not? Srimataji answers that the discretion of choosing the kind of music only comes to you after realization. Realization is this process whereby you actually awaken that inner energy within you. And this energy doesn't belong to anybody else. You don't have to pay anybody. It is within you and it will work for you. The only thing you have to do is ask. So when you ask yourself and you get that realization, and when you're exposed to the right kind of music, which is spiritual or divine in nature, you will start to feel the cool vibrations within your system, on the palms of your hand, and even at the top of your head. You will start to get into that. And these vibrations will soothe you down. It will nourish your energy centers, and you will actually find your health improve. This is ultimately true. And that is the reason I'm actually here to experiment this together with you all in a very simple setting for today. And so if you all are ready, this is what I would like you all to do to participate together with me. And what I need you all to do is to get through this process of self-realization. Very simple. All I need you to do is find a very comfortable place to sit. If you are seated on the floor, you can sit cross-legged as is shown in this image. If you're seated on a chair, sit very comfortably, but do not cross your legs or do not fold your legs if you're on a chair. Just sit very normally. Keep your body up straight. I just want you all to relax and enjoy this process as it goes on. Put your right hand on your left heart. That is where your heart resides. And in a subtle basis, that is where your spirit or your source of life is actually in your left heart, because that's where your heart beats, that's where your spirit resides. And so that is your source of life. And all we have to do, just ask this question very peacefully within your heart. Mother, please give me my self realization and allow the pure music to heal my energy centers. Just close your eyes very briefly, relax your breathing, and just say, Mother, please give me my self realization and allow the pure music to heal my energy centers. Relax into your breathing. And one last time, we ask again. Ask very sincerely from your heart, Mother, please give me my self realization and allow the pure music to heal my energy centers. So just keep the attention there for a minute. Just relax into your breathing. Mother, please give me my self realization and allow the pure music to heal my energy centers. So now you can slowly open your eyes. And now let me guide you through a very simple explanation from what I was telling earlier about the energy centers which are within our body. And let us start off with the first one. We will be doing a series of short meditations of 2 minutes. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to make sure that you all are able to experience a clear mind in those short spaces. So as long as you keep your mind clear in those short spaces, your energy centers will start to heal. And this is what we're going to start off with. The first energy center, which I would like to share with you all, if you all can look at the PowerPoint, is right at the bottom here. This is the first energy center. In Sanskrit, they call it Muladhara, which means the base chakra or the root chakra. This is in our medical journal. This is actually at the base of our spine called the sacrum bone. This is right at the bottom of our spine. And this energy center actually controls, for male, they actually control the prostate gland. And in females, it controls the womb, our reproductive organs, our excretion system. And in fact, even the sense of smell is governed by this energy center right at the bottom of our spine. As you can see in medical, they call it pelvic plexus, right at the bottom of our spine. And this energy center, we can heal all these organs, or we will gradually recover these organs from the sound of music which comes from the instrument of a shanai. A shanai is an Indian classical instrument. Our morning session today is going to be using the knowledge from Indian classical instruments from Sahaja Yoga, which we have learned, and their deep connection to the energy centers within us. So the sound of the shanai is very sensitive to our first energy center, very, very sensitive. And the sound of this will actually start to awaken that root chakra, the number one chakra. And when that happens, all the organs governed by this energy center will also start to awaken. So what I would like you all to do now is, I would just like you all to close your eyes and keep your attention on the music, relax into your breathing, and just feel, put your attention. Once you've closed your eyes, I want you all to put the attention right at your sacrum bone, right at the bottom of the spine. Keep the attention right there and just open your ears and listen to the music. And you will not, I can guarantee you, because now that you have started your self realization, you will not just be listening it through your ears. This music has been chosen specifically to please the energy center within all of you present today. So just close your eyes, keep your palms spread out on your lap, relax into your breathing, and get into this sound of the Shanai for your first chakra. Slowly open our eyes. So, this was the treatment which is actually delivered straight to our base chakra or the first energy center. And if you can start to feel it in a while, you will actually start to feel that your spine becomes a bit more relaxed, your sacrum becomes a bit more relaxed, and this energy has already started to work within you. It will just be a matter of time and you will start to actually feel it more and more. So let me carry on and I'll bring you to the next organ or the next energy center. And what we are going to do here is I will introduce you to the second energy center, which is right here. This yellow color, right here. This spot. This spot is actually at the lower end of our stomach. It's almost lower abdomen level. And this energy center is one energy center which is very, very, it gets beaten up by us as human beings. This energy center takes a lot because it covers our liver, in females, it covers the uterus, it covers our pancreas, and it also has the capacity to affect our sight. It also governs a part of our kidneys. A high stress life, depression, short temperedness, all these qualities actually go against this energy center, and it causes a lot of stress and strain on this energy center. And when that happens, all these organs take they take a punishment when this happens. All this will happen on this energy center. So like for people who lead very stressful lives or they're running all the time, they actually start to get problems of the liver or they get affected with diabetes and so on. And that is because this energy center is under attack and it is draining its energy. So This energy center is very important in general to every one of us. And this is also the kind of energy center which has to be kept in proper balance all the time. Because if you don't do that, it affects a lot of major organs within our body. And, like, for example, you may ask, why sight, your eyes? If you realize your liver and your kidneys are governed by this energy center, if you get diabetes, eventually it causes blindness as well. So you see, the eyes are so high up here, but the energy center is just at your lower abdomen. But that's how connected this whole system is, and it will trigger cross. It triggers cross troubles. When you punish your kidneys and your liver, you get into diabetes or you get into liver complications. It takes a toll on your eyesight. So that's how connected this whole system is. And how are we going to heal this energy center? Srimataji has prescribed that the sound of the vina is very sensitive to this second energy center. So again, what we'll do now is we will work on this second energy center, and let us close our eyes, let us go into meditation, and let this sound work on our second energy center. Just surrender all your thoughts, all your ideas whatsoever. Just relax into it and just let that healing sound work on the second energy center. So now keep the attention upon your lower abdomen, center lower abdomen. Keep the attention there. Relax into your breathing and let the sound heal you again. And now we slowly open our eyes again. Let me bring you all to the next energy center. So let's continue. We will work our way upwards. And when we talk about the third energy center, the third energy center is right square in our stomach. It is right in the middle of our stomach. And this energy center, it controls the organs of our stomach, the spleen, our intestines, the upper part of our liver, and also your sense of taste is affected by this energy center. So this is also an equally important energy center. As you can see, the upper part of the liver and our stomach in general. If you are somebody who leads a highly stressful life or too spicy a diet, you know, these are the kind of problems which will affect this energy center. And this energy center is actually healed by the sound of this Indian instrument. It's a very rare and but quite popular instrument called the santur. It's almost played like a drum using sticks, but it's actually a stringed instrument. So let us get into this and let us awaken the energy center and heal the organs of this area from the sound of the santur. So once again, just relax into it and let this short music clip work on this energy center within all of you. So let that energy center open up as well. And now that we've opened up the third energy center, let us move up to the fourth energy center. The fourth energy center, medical terms, they call it the cardiac plexus. It is right in the center of our heart, of our chest. And as you can see, this is where we get our source of life. Like I said, it controls your heart, your lungs, your blood pressure, and your sense of touch. This center is actually very important, and it also communicates with one major disease among a lot of people, which is high blood pressure. High blood pressure is so common and found even in very young people. I find people as young as early 20s who are already suffering from high blood pressure because of their inability to control or manage their stress and their lifestyle. So the sound for the heart, as you know, this might not be a very secret, or when I show you what affects it, it may not be so surprising. This energy center is strongly affected, or it's strongly controlled or activated by the sound of a drum, and that is because our heart beats like a drum. It has that sense of it, but it has to be done using the right form of music. And from Indian classical music and from our knowledge from Srimataji in Saja Yoga, the use of a pakavaj or a tabla is very sensitive upon this heart chakra. And so let me use this music for you all today. Get into your meditation very relaxed and let this sound actually work on your heart. You will actually be able to feel the connection of it to your heart chakra. So let's just get into it, relax into your breathing, and get into the music. Okay. So now we have cleared out the fourth energy chakra. And actually, to be honest, after listening to that, I feel my heart a lot more relaxed actually, because that actually works very strong on the heart chakra. And so when you continue listening to this kind of music and meditate upon that energy center, they will start to get more awakened and they will start to find their healing properties. So moving on, let me introduce you all to the fifth energy center. The fifth one is right at your throat. It is right at the base of your throat, right there. And this is also an equally important energy center because it will control your mouth, your ears, nose, teeth, tongue, your facial muscles, your throat, your sound box, and your ability to speak well. So as you can see, it is a very small energy center seated right at the base of your throat, but it has so many important functions in our daily life. And taking care of this energy center is extremely important. And one way to do it through music is the instrument which was being taught to us, which actually cures and treats this energy center, comes from the sound of a flute. It actually works very, very effectively because it has the sweetness. As human beings, we have to be very sweet in our communication. And the flute is actually a very sweet instrument and it connects very intimately with this energy center and it awakens it. So I will not delay any further. Let's get into working out this energy center. Let's get it activated and let it start working on the organs it controls. So let's get right into it. Now, slowly open your eyes and we will bring our attention now up to the sixth energy center. The sixth energy center is right up here. In Indian terminology, it's called the Agnya Chakra. In medical terms, it's called the optic thalamus, and it's right on your forehead. And the organs which are governed by this energy center is actually your optic site, your thalamus, and the hypothalamus, which is at the back of your head, and basically your sense of sight. So this is also an equally important energy center because our ability to see is what enriches our life in general. The ability to see and absorb experiences. So taking care of this energy center is very, very important as well. And this energy center can be healed by the Indian classical instrument called the sarod. The sarod is an Indian classical instrument. It's stringed. It looks a bit like a banjo, but highly, highly sensitive to the energy center of our Agya chakra, which is right on the forehead. So let us awaken this energy center. Let us give it the music to activate it. And by that way, it will start to relax the pressure, which sometimes, we have eye pressure, we have to wear glasses because our pressure gets too high whatsoever. So this will actually elevate the stress and pressure on this energy center. So let's listen to the music to heal this energy center. So just close your eyes once again, relax into your breathing, and let the music do its healing. Let us slowly open our eyes once again. So we've kept this short so that the attention is pure on those energy centers when you are listening to the music. And now let me bring this whole thing to a culmination, to a climax as we reach the seventh energy center, which is right at the top of your head. It is right at the top in the middle of your head. And the Indian terminology is called Sahasrara. In medical, we just call it the limbic area. It's actually a very soft spot right at the top of the head. And this is the energy center which integrates all the previous six energy centers. It gets integrated right here. And when you reach this point at this seventh energy center, that is when you will experience total healing of the entire system. The entire system gets into a healing mode, and the volume, or how do I say this? I could say the amplitude or the effect of the healing which was taking place just now individually on those energy centers, it will be magnified across the whole system when it gets integrated right at this energy center. So this is an energy center which ties the whole system and brings balance to it. And so what instrument triggers this energy center? This energy center actually gets triggered by the sound of the sitar, because this is a chakra known as 1,000 petals. So the sitar is one instrument which has a ton of strings. There are just so many strings on it, and the sound of it is very sensitive to the top of our head. So this will be the last energy center we are meditating upon. Take this whole experience in and just pray once again, Mother, please allow this healing sound to awaken my whole system. So just close your eyes and we will go into this. Okay, let us all now slowly open our eyes. So this is actually the culmination of the seven energy centers and the kind of instruments which are sensitive to these chakras. And okay, I will be skipping the Q&A first because we are running a bit late on time for, and that is the reason for that is because we have actually a host of other activities which we have organized today by Saja Yoga. And let me just get your right to this first before I take any other questions whatsoever. We have a whole line of activities actually being planned out today for the benefit of people. There are no charges. All we require is for you all to spend your time and come and learn and experiment with us. As you can see, the next slot starts at 11 o'clock and it talks about attaining 10 benefits with just 10 minutes of meditation in a day. And there is another very important slot, which is parenting made easy. It's not easy being a parent this day. I see friends of mine struggling as well. And this is actually one slot which is going to be very exciting and interactive because it will give you, we are not trying to teach you how to guide your children, but the whole idea is to allow you to be a participative parent in developing the best for your children. So it's about growing together, and meditation is a perfect tool to bond on a very deep level with your children and allow them to maximize their inner potential. And then at 6 to 7, we have another slot called Know Yourself. And at 8 to 9 tonight, I will actually be coming live again. And it's going to be an entirely different slot. The morning one was actually pre recorded music to work on specific chakras, and it is from an Indian classical point of view. The night session is going to be with live music. And so it's going to be with live music. I'll be joined by a friend of mine from Sydney who will be playing live. And we will also be working on the Western music, the ability of Western music to influence your energy centers. So I apologize because I don't have much time to actually take a lot of questions, but I will, I can take maybe two questions before I end this session for today. So if there are any important questions you would like to ask, just feel free to put it up perhaps in the chat box, and I can answer those questions. Okay, I think there's a question coming through. Just give me a second. Let me take a look at that question. Okay, the question says, how do we know what kind of music will be healing? Is Western music able to heal? Okay, there is one part which I will just get through now. If you're able to just open your hands out now because all of you in this group, in this participation, you have actually taken your self-realization. So all you need to do is open your palms out, and when you are listening to the music, just close your eyes and open your palms out. If you're starting to feel any sensation of pain or prickly effect or even heat, then that kind of music doesn't cause it doesn't give you enough balance. That means the music is probably heavy or imbalanced. But Western music and Indian classical music, they just work equally well. And the ability to decide will just come from your hands, because now you are realized people. You will be known as realized souls beyond this once you have taken your self-realization. You are actually connected to your inner self at this point of time. So when you open your palms and you listen to any particular music, you will be able to feel if that music is right. If it's right, you will feel this sense of ease. And beyond that, you will feel your palms become really cool. Or maybe even at the top of your head, you will actually feel like there is this very light breeze going. And that is how you will determine whether that music is right or not. Like for people like me I've been dabbling in music for almost 2 decades. So I'm very sensitive to spiritual and non-spiritual music. If I hear something which is too heavy, or if, for example, I'll just give you this easy example. When it comes to Western pop music, especially, a lot of singers, they write songs which are about breakups. For example, Taylor Swift, you know, she's on a roll right now. So when she writes songs which have elements of, for example, breakup or sadness, you will actually start to feel your swadhisthana, the second energy center, will start to hurt, and your sixth energy center will start to hurt. You may start to get a migraine. You will feel effects of sadness, and that's because that particular music, it's working the negative. It's presenting the negative effect on your energy center. So that will actually make your system become weakened. So, and I'm glad actually this question was asked about Western classical music, because you will be able to experience it if you log in again tonight with us at 8 o'clock. And I believe in the evening, we'll have a lot more time to take as many more questions. And you will experience the power of Western classical music's effect on your energy centers as well. So this has been a pleasure of mine, actually, hosting all of you this morning. I thank you all very much for the patience in joining us today. And please do take note of all our activities which we continue to have through this day. There's a lot of beneficial things being shared by our group of people, and they've put in a lot of hard work to make this a very memorable event. And I think this is something which is extremely necessary at this point of time. And if you all have any further, all of us from Sahaja Yoga, we are available for further information, for further support. All you need to do is contact us. So it would be great if you guys can actually take a snapshot of this particular page, which I'm on right now. We have contact numbers. If there are any questions you want to ask us, you can just contact us through that, and we will clear every single doubt on this
Sahaja
journey
Yoga,
for
please
you.
hang up.
So
Hi,
sorry, there's a okay. Let me just. Somebody was speaking. Is there something you want to share? Just unmute your mic, and I'll take the question very quickly.
hi. Yeah. So there are few questions on the chat. So
Okay.
maybe they're asking is, do we have to initiate the chakra every time?
Okay.
Is it a one-time initiation, or we have to initiate every time?
Okay. Initiation is one time, but you have the challenge is to keep it activated. If you when you buy a brand new car from the showroom, you don't just wash it the first time and never wash it beyond that already. You have to keep washing it, because every time you take your car out and you come back after a week, if you have a white color car, you will know this very well. Take a white car, don't wash it for a week, it turns gray. Definitely turns gray. So the initiations is once. In this case, the initiation is actually buying the car. Now you own it. But the maintenance and the cleanliness of that is your responsibility to continue doing. And it can be aided through music to continue keeping the chakra in the right balance. But there are actually so many more other methods which we will be sharing with you all through Sahaja Yoga. So this is one perspective to make it a very complete picture. It will help enhance the overall experience, because it can be dull just using one method. So my point of view, sharing from Sahaja Yoga, is from the lens of divine and spiritual music. So I hope that answers that question, whereby maintenance is necessary, but activation is one time only. So
Maybe another quick question.
okay, sure.
Yeah. The question is, what if one of like through operation, one of the organs in the energy center has been removed? How do you heal the area? Will it still work in regards to yoga practice supported by the pure divine music?
Okay, most definitely. Because you see, even if an organ is removed, or you've gone through a major operation at a particular area, the power of music, it basically works on the frequency of that energy center. And in certain areas, people will say that regenerative growth is not possible. But if you all read a lot into current medicine and medical health, Western especially, a lot of research and idea is going into regenerative stem cell, regenerative tissue, culturing of tissue, and all this can be done artificially. So my question back is, if those things can be done artificially, don't you think our body itself has the capacity to accept and heal by itself? Absolutely, it does. It has the ability to heal. And all you need to do is to continue working on that particular energy center. Because whatever organ which is removed has weakened that energy center. And all it needs is a lot more cleaning and effort on that energy center. It will start to have a positive effect on that area which is affected. This is a definite. So I think I'm running a bit over time for the next session to start. But please keep your questions, and I can answer as many as possible tonight at 8 o'clock together with my friend, where we'll be running another musical slot. And please do join us and share with your friends this good information and the kind of activities we are doing. And once again, it's been a pleasure actually spending this hour with you all. I hope you all have learned something useful. And may this be the start of a very happy journey into understanding yourself better. So thank you very much. Have a good day ahead.